McConnell's not obstructing it, though. McConnell's like, yeah, you know what? I might even vote favor of it, depending on how good the arguments are.
So I'm not making the point that they should necessarily go through and officially remove him from office from the impeachment. To be honest, I'm torn on if the House impeaching him again was just a waste of public resources. But I get both sides. I think it's a symbol. Yeah. It's important. I'm not saying it's not that either. So I'm kind of split down the middle on that, but I don't think there's any way in hell Congress is going to get together and do this in time. But the point is, if it was important enough, if they felt like it was important enough, they definitely could do it. To the point of there is time, there's a week, right? But is it worth?
And what's the point? To do it? What's the point too? I want to hear what you want to say about this. Yeah. So Chris, I am actually. So before you answer that, I would not make the decision myself and I probably wouldn't vote in favor of impeachment, but I'm not all fired geared up against this. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand where you guys are coming from. I get it. I really do.
There's a lot of reasons for it. If you'd like me to speak on that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So the major ones are, first and foremost, we do believe he has indeed committed impeachable offenses. Which one? Trump.
Yes, I know.
The inciting violence on the Capitol basically is I believe what the House is going for. Because of when we look at the track record of information, there's a lot of we already have talked about this, right? But with based on new information, the key things that stick to us that we look at is like, this makes it more problematic is that there was an FBI report the day before, so there should have been more security called when the governor of Washington, DC, tried to get the National Guard. He was blocked from it, and by the federal government. So that seems a little bit more like insidious than it probably needs to be. However,
I don't think that's a thing, man. I don't.
National Guard
was not withholding the National Guard to allow this to happen.
Somebody was, and we need to figure out who
it was. It was likely a bureaucratic procedural block. I haven't in my research. I haven't. And I was all over the board this week. I haven't even heard anybody talking about that.
Well, that's one that bothers us is why wasn't the National Guard called in higher force?
No, that bothers me, but not the. So from what I understood, that was all bureaucratic nonsense. Like it was just people blocking it because it was that's against this regulation and that. I'm a rule follower, so I totally get it. But
got it. And then when we look at the actual speeches that Trump was giving beforehand, riling it up. There's explicit quotes. I'm going to parse it. Right now, so please forgive me. But there's words like we have to be strong. We can't be weak. We have to fight. Let's march on the Capitol. And then I love you. And then when the Capitol was being marched on, he was still tweeting out crazy stuff about what was it today? I thought it was a BuzzFeed, or I thought it was the Onion article, but it's real, dude. He threw his wallet at Mike Pence and was like, "I'm not your friend anymore." He wanted Mike Pence home.
Did you hear he said you could either go down a hero, or I'm paraphrasing, go down a hero, or you can go down a pussy. Yeah, patriot or pussy.
This could have all been, and I know this is not an impeachable offense intentionally, but I just want to say it out loud. This could have all been prevented had we had a peaceful transition of power. But with that said, the reasons for an impeachment is that first and foremost, because he's committed impeachable offenses, it blocks him from receiving the benefits of the presidency, which are significant. $1 million a year of travel, his full $400,000 of funding, of pension salary, other Secret Service benefits, presidential library. President. Well, maybe not.
Hold on. Does the Senate have to convene on this for that to happen, or is that already the case?
Automatic, built in. It's built into a leaving president. All presidents get a pretty good package for a life. But
no. I'm of him not getting that.
Oh no! If he's impeached, it's gone.
Yeah.
But he was already impeached.
No.
It has to go through the Senate. The Senate voted no-ish last time, so it didn't go through.
Gotcha. But even after he leaves the House, it's important for the Senate to review this. Then
no, it's not important. It is the next step. The Senate then has to
the Senate.
I know, but okay. What I'm trying to say is the fact that he's got a week left of his presidency and then he's out, right? So my understanding and most people's understanding is once he's out, it really doesn't matter if they find him guilty or not because he's already out of office, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that's not true because it has other implications other than just if he's in office or not.
He needs to be impeached now. You can't take away it afterwards. There's never been a precedent for it, at least. I mean,
the way the law is written, a lot of people think it can be, but the law is written primarily to remove a president from office. The other stuff is the follow-on conditions from that. So if it doesn't happen in this term, it's not supposed to.
Okay.
For what it's worth, there's when you look up, I was reading a pretty in-depth article yesterday by the Times, reviewing really, really in-depth. Like it's a book level article. So, if you're going to read it, be prepared for like a 20, 30-minute read. Trump is actually in a really bad financial position, even aside from coronavirus. So before coronavirus, he had about $400 million in debt that actually becomes, it needs to be collected as of 2021 from Deutsche Bank. And before the coronavirus, his businesses were actually not doing too good based on public filing records. And now with coronavirus, it's done a lot worse. Because of this, there's been as in the Capitol, there's been some serious financial repercussions for him, which is probably, I guess for those, Nate, on your side of the aisle that don't want to impeach him but want consequences, it's pretty serious. Like he's been, major banks have turned against him, major credit agencies have turned against him, meaning that if he wanted to refinance that $400 million, well, he can't. And that's pretty serious because as we've talked about, it's not that Jeff Bezos has $1 trillion. It's that he has stock and he has other he
has assets.
Yeah. It's not that Trump has billions of dollars in cash. He has billions of dollars in assets and revenues and debt balances and whatnot. So it's more complicated than that. So impeachment would further complicate Trump's life post impeachment. But more than anything, and I know I've said this in the past, but I really want to hone in on this. Symbolism is everything. It is literally everything. Symbolism is about our advertisements, where we go to school, where we go to college, how we dress. Like the reality is we live in a culture where symbolism kind of matters. It shouldn't. Right? It shouldn't, but it does.
That's how humans are. Saying it shouldn't is pointless. You're right. We are symbolic creatures.
For Republicans to heal, for us to perceive, for you guys to maintain your moderates at the end of the day, for you to maintain your moderate voting base. If you guys want to, maintain future presidencies and whatnot, you got to impeach. I would even go as far as to say that I bet McConnell is going to vote for impeachment, even if he knows impeachment's going to lose, just so he can save some skin and be like, yeah, well, I voted for impeachment. But people are not liking Ted Cruz. They're not liking Senator Hawley. I think most people don't, and I could be wrong, but I generally, if I'm in the middle, I think I align with a lot of people in what they know. I didn't actually give a shit if he got impeached. I was happy that the House impeached him. I thought that could go through quickly. I had no expectation, and I have no increased negativity towards any particular politicians because it doesn't go through the Senate. Because my belief was it doesn't matter, right? He's out of office in a week anyway. If let's say they can impeach him on the 19th, right? So now Mike Pence become president for a day. Like to me, that didn't matter, right?
Wait, would that make him 46 and then Biden would be 47?
Yeah, Biden would be 47.
It would screw up all the Biden 46 hats everywhere.
Think about that, all the merchandise that needs to get recalled.
Let's do it. Let's do it for that.
Overnight, all your Biden 46 stuff would become worth millions.
Yeah, we find out that the entire economy was propped up on all the Biden 46 paraphernalia, and then we go into a great recession because all of it gets scrapped.
Oh man, dude, you want to talk about paraphernalia? There were, I think I've told you guys before. I live in an area that calls itself Trump County or Trump Country, kind of area, and kind of more rural in this where I live. But dude, there were. It was like you were at a NFL game or something. There were just stands along the road all the way down the main drag with Trump paraphernalia everywhere. And they just poofed overnight after the election, man.